You know him as a global superstar, but behind the fame, the hits, and the headlines is a story of pain, pressure, and redemption. This is the real story of Justin Bieber, from a small-town Canadian boy to one of the most talked-about artists in the world. Justin Bieber was born on March 1, 1994, in London, Ontario, Canada. He was raised by his single mother, Patty Mallet, who had him when she was just 18 years old. They didn't have much money, and Justin grew up in low-income housing. But even as a little kid, he had a special love for music. He taught himself how to play the drums, guitar, piano, and trumpet. He would perform on the street corners and in front of theaters to earn a little money and help his mom. Music wasn't just a hobby, it was his way out. When he was 12 years old, his mom started recording videos of him singing covers of songs and uploaded them to YouTube. One of those videos caught the attention of Scooter Braun, a talent manager in the United States. Braun was so impressed that he tracked them down and flew Justin to Atlanta. There, he met R&B singer Usher and signed his first record deal. Justin was only 13. In 2009, he released his debut single, One Time. It blew up instantly. Just like that, the world knew who Justin Bieber was. A few months later, his first album, My World, went platinum. His second single, Baby, made him a household name. At just 15 years old, Justin was everywhere, on magazine covers, TV shows, and in packed concert arenas. The Beliebers, his army of die-hard fans, were obsessed with his music, his style, and even his hairstyle. But behind the scenes, the pressure was building. Justin was a kid growing up in front of the entire world. Every mistake he made was on camera. By the time he turned 18, the clean-cut image started to fall apart. He got into fights with paparazzi, he was constantly in the headlines for reckless behavior, and his attitude began to change. In 2014, Justin was arrested in Miami for DUI while drag racing a Lamborghini. He was also caught egging a neighbor's house and was charged with vandalism. His reputation went from pop sweetheart to troublemaker almost overnight. Critics slammed him. Some fans left. Countries even banned him from performing. He later admitted that during this time he was abusing substances like pills and lean, and he didn't know who he was anymore. He was depressed, anxious, and felt trapped by fame. He said in an interview that he had everything, but felt like he had nothing inside. The same fame that had lifted him up was now breaking him down. But Justin didn't let that be the end of his story. He took time away from music. He turned to faith, to family, and started trying to rebuild his life. In 2018, he married model Hailey Baldwin, now Hailey Bieber. She became his partner through the ups and downs. With her support, Justin began healing, not just physically, but emotionally and spiritually too. He started being more open about his struggles, talking about anxiety, depression, and even his diagnosis of Lyme disease. In 2020, Justin returned with a new album called Changes. It showed a more mature side of him, focused on love and growth. Then, in 2021, he released Justice, featuring hits like Peaches, Hold On, and Ghost. These weren't just pop songs, they were reflections of someone who had been through darkness and came out stronger. He also released a documentary that gave fans a look into his health, his marriage, and his journey to healing. Justin Bieber isn't perfect. He's made a lot of mistakes, and he's the first to admit that. But he's also shown the world what it looks like to fall, get back up, and grow. He's not just a pop star, he's a reminder that behind every famous name is a real human being, dealing with pain, pressure, and hope, just like anyone else. From singing on the streets of a small Canadian town to becoming one of the biggest music icons in the world, Justin's journey has been a roller coaster. But today, he's still here, still singing, still healing, and maybe that's what makes his story so powerful.